Well, hello. It's it's a little bit later in the afternoon, and got some work done today. Good morning. It's another early morning, and guess what? Doing a solo trip. I don't know if you can see what's out the back window. I forgot to do this earlier. There's a barbecue up there. Just leaving the park. It's 6:48 in the morning, and I know for some of you that's not early, but for me it is. And I'm on my way to the cabin. I'm taking a load up. So the load consists of closet system from IKEA, yeah, and our new bed. Not the mattress. We decided to hold off. I got enough stuff from carrying, and so we're, yeah, yoo-hoo. Okay, I got my coffee, I got my muffin. Gonna head up, get fuel, just in Chilliwack, and then hitting the road to the Kootenays. Hitting the road to the Kootenays. See, it's early. All right, we'll catch up with you along the way. Well, we're on a ferry again. It's many hours later, and I am awake now. And we got here. We didn't get the ferry we wanted. Could have left. Needed to leave like 20 minutes earlier. But we got a little interrupted and that sort of thing. So anyways, yeah, the girls and I are on the ferry. We had a little time for a little walk and to take care of some business. And Bailey has resumed her position. Hi, Bailey. Hi, Bailey. Wrigley's barked at some motorcycles, haven't you, Rigby? You were barking at motorcycles. And no, they're not interested in looking out the windows, but you can't have the truck running when we're on the ferry. So I've got all the windows open. Bailey doesn't have a window again. Poor dog. Every time we jam this truck full of stuff, Bailey ends up not getting a window. You will have a window on the way home. Yeah, we'll put all the stuff we're taking back home again to put all the stuff in the back seat or in the back of the truck. So what is the purpose of this trip, and why am I doing it by myself? Well, Brent didn't want to take off work, and it's a good week to go because Brent's on afternoons. He's a little grumpy on afternoons sometimes. He's a morning person. And I'm taking I'm taking our closet system, our bed frame. We didn't bother with the mattress just yet, and a bunch of bins that was in our little storage area, as much as we could fit in, and the tiles I'm returning to the cabin. Nobody wanted some remnants of tiles. I put it on Facebook Marketplace, and I think we might, depending on how things line up, we might actually use them in the entryway of instead of the vinyl flooring. We're gonna see. We have to make that decision at some point. Anyways, so I'm just waiting for the ferry to take us over. It's about 35 minutes. It's always a beautiful view. And maybe I'll pull my Canon out and take some pictures. Or not. It's not a super clear day today. There is some fires up in the high mountains. They are monitoring them, but they're not dealing with them. They're not a threat to any properties, and they can't get to them from the ground, so they can probably hit them with if it gets too crazy. They haven't gotten any worse. There is some up at the north end of the lake, which is causing some of this haze, but apparently it rained up here, and they were saying on the radio it rained last night, so things have I think cleared up a little bit. Always need a little bit of rain here and there. We experienced some rain, but it the boxes didn't even get wet. We don't have any tarps back in the lower mainland. All the tarps are at the cabin. They're in Cooter. Anyways, I'm gonna get out of the truck and just wander around the ferry a little bit while we cruise across. And we're coming out of the bay. It's a little windy. Well, we're on the front of a ferry. So the water is significantly lower now on the lake than it was when we were up here probably 3-4 weeks ago. I think it was a month. Yeah, it's definitely been a month. The plumber came by and he made the toilet work. So I don't have to use the porta potty anymore. I'm so excited. Who gets excited about a regular toilet? The porta potty was less than ideal. Anyways, I took the light out of here, unfortunately. So the plumber came by and he's installing our shower, which won't be ready before I leave. I'm gonna have to go jump in the lake. Or hose myself off outside tomorrow at some point. Maybe I'll check in with the campsite down the road and just pay for a shower. Sounds like a plan. Okay, so that is, I don't know if you can see it. It looks like a marble, like a Carrara marble. But it's just a fiberglass, I think. And what have I been busy doing today? Moving stuff. It was too dark to do anything last night, so I got myself set up in the bedroom, and now I've had to rearrange everything again because the HVAC guys, they won't mount our mini splits unless the wall is finished. Well, it's not a perfect wall, and in fact the wall upstairs, I didn't even fill the screw holes, and I just went, screw it. Haha, no pun intended. I'll do that another time. Anyway, so I grabbed some garbage bags out of the cooter and put them over top of my bedding, and I have a light in here, and I'm going to paint this wall. So that's the color of the paint. I didn't want white, and I didn't want a crazy color, so I went with sort of a very creamy color, and I think it'll go really nice with the wood in here. So I'm gonna do this wall and this wall. And then tomorrow, I already painted the wall upstairs. I moved all the flooring out of the way. Moved some over there. Some is beside the fireplace. Some is upstairs. That's a lot of flooring. So I've moved everything off this wall just so I can get at it. And I want to paint the door for the bathroom as well. And I might do that tomorrow. As well as it's staying in the bedroom. It's not going any further than it is. And I may not take it off the... I was going to take the door off the hinges, but I don't know if I'm going to do that or not, because I don't know what's going to happen to the frame if I take the door out of it. Anyways, I'm going to clean up the door because it got water damage last year, and I'm going to try some sanding. I sanded a couple spots while I had the sanding block in my hand, and it seemed to help. So it's on the inside of the door, and I'm hoping the paint will cover it up. That's tomorrow's project. So today I'm going to paint this wall, paint that wall, and then I'm going to take a break, and I'm going to rearrange some furniture and some things, and I'm going to start figuring out how to put this closet together, which will have to wait until I'll figure it out. Timing. How things have to go. Anyway, so that's what I've been up to all day. Riku's been barking at everything that moves outside, including a lovely deer. I think the deer's name is Betty. And when it heard me talking, and I said, I think that's Betty. So Betty is a deer that keeps coming around the neighbor's place, and she's kind of a mooch, but she was so skinny. We saw her in the summer and her ribs were sticking out. She should have been, you know, well on her way of fattening up for the winter. Anyways, our neighbor's been leaving like carrots and just, you know, some little treats out there for her. Anyways, I don't think you're supposed to do that because it attracts other animals, unwanted animals. Anyways, so I better get at it or else I'm not going to get things done today. And Wrigley, she's not looking at me now, is going to stop barking at everyone. And I got to put those tiles out behind Cooter under a tarp. Brent's like, don't bring them back inside because we just have to move them again anyways. So we're going to put them outside until we figure out what to do with them. Might put them on the floor here in the entryway. So I've laid out a piece of the vinyl flooring, pretty, and one of the black tiles. And I'm just not, I really don't want to do any more tiling. So to be determined. We might have a problem with the height of our step. Our first step on each one. The logs are still shrinking, so I asked Brent, do I need to turn the screw? And he said, no, I'll do it in a couple weeks when he's back up here. So I better get at it before I power out. And I might have to go and pick up a few provisions to make dinner just a little less blah. Okay, here we are at the cabin, another sunny August day. And I'm just gonna give some feedback on what is going on here. So we'll start at the side of the building on the front. We've got plastic, I think a collection of garbage starting there. So there was a wire that was run outside this morning. I don't really know where that went. Oh, that's what he was doing. There's a power box. Okay. I can't tell it's in it. Hang on, let me take the sunglasses off. All right, so this would be the power box for the, so that's what he did this morning. Okay, problem solved. All right, so this morning the electricians were here and they installed this box here. That'll go to our heat pump, which is all this wire and stuff here. On this side of the house, nothing new. I will go in and, ooh, we gotta pick up a light for that. I almost forgot. We can get that done before they finalize our final bill on that. So he left a couple of large rocks here. So we got some nice rocks we can roll it down to surround the big rock. And yeah, we can start working on our landscaping around this beast. Ugh, got so much weeding to do. So a lot of this will be pushed down with when this pile of dirt over here underneath all this grass gets pushed away. So, hello Bailey, are you running to go to the lake and go swimming? Yeah, we'll do that. I made it to the beach and it's starting to overcast and they said it was going to be thunder showers and stuff, so we better do this quick. Anyways, but it's still really warm out. The beach has changed quite a bit since we were here last. It's been about a month. Anyways, so over there, that sandy bit, that's where that lady's walking with her dog. That's where we had sat in our chairs. And then to come across the creek the water was still really strong, like the current, but now it's like split up. There's a big island in the middle. All that was underwater when we were here last. Bailey's getting her water fixed. Anyway, so this is all very different. This was not like this last year even. So the water does interesting things. So the wind comes from that direction and blows water in. So that's kind of shapes the beach, but the beach is looking very different than what I recall seeing in the last few years. So yeah, there's that boat out there, a trawler, and a sailboat. And yeah, we'll go check out this part. Come on, Bailey. So this is the other little tributary, which was flowing quite quickly again, and now there's hardly any water. There's no water coming down there, just a little, well, maybe there's a little teeny trickle that's sort of leveling off here. Yeah, a little teeny trickle. And then same thing here, and they just kind of merge back together and go out here. And this is the area where the dogs suddenly went underwater, because this is quite a deep little pool. But you can kind of see with the ripples of the water. I don't know if people need to pick up their garbage. Where is forming the sandbars and the little peninsulas here. So, and here's another little arm of the river. Not so classified as a creek actually, but here's another little section of it. Come on, Wrigley, come on. And then I think this is even shallower than last year, so I'm curious when we come back in the fall what it'll look like in a couple more weeks. So this is the main part of the creek coming into the, and you can see the water just kind of flows in. Oh, Wrigley got herself into deep water there. All this tree stuff along the edges of the water. Wrigley, come back! Come on! And then there's just a little bay in there, which isn't much of a bay. Bailey, no! Leave Wrigley alone! Come on, Regs. Wrigley's a little bit more dainty when it comes to being in the water. Bailey just dives in. With Wrigley's paw issues, she's careful. So it's been a little bit stormy around here the last couple of days. There's been some moisture falling from the sky, which they totally needed up here. Forest fires up the lake. That way. So we're in the little bay here that kind of keeps this area a little bit protected from some of the weather that goes on out in the water. And if you're boating or paddle boarding, you gotta watch out for these logs that end up being drug in. Okay. Because I don't have the trailer and my shower is pretty much ready to fly. There's no door on it or anything, so I'm just gonna soak myself in the lake for a bit here, and then we're gonna head out and go back. And my neighbor's treating me to dinner, so I don't have to go out for dinner, which I'm not a huge fan of going out for dinner. Yeah, I am sometimes, but it's hard to find healthy food choices sometimes. All right, Bailey, let's go back to Mom's bag. What's this? Oh, it's not that deep, I guess. There's a deep spot right where the dark. Oh, that's where it got deep. Wrigley, let's go up here. Oh dear, this is colder than I'm wanting. And I don't want the dogs on that little sandbar because it's totally covered in goose poop. And I'm just going to dunk myself and call that my bath for the week. I go home, I'm going to have a really long shower. So like I was saying, my shower is pretty much ready to fly. Okay, let's try this again. Step number 2. I'm going to go out where it's up to my hips at least. Not stepping on nasty things. You coming, Bailey? My little chicken dog. Mom going too deep? Okay. Yeah, I know. Hey, Bailey. Okay, ready? Oh, it goes back up again here. I have to walk out a mile before I find it stupid up. Okay, we're just gonna fall in. Oh. Whew. Okay, 1, 2, 3. Woo! Yeah, that's cold. Okay, we're done. We came to do what we wanted to do, and I'm going to find a different way to walk back to my bag. There's a little log back there and I kicked it. Not good. Okay, now I'm cold. Oh, that cooled me right off. It was a Bailey. It was a quick beach day. Got more work to do. Just came down to soak my body for a minute. Okay, it was a second. And we're gonna head back. Come over here, Wrigley. And I'm gonna try and pack those IKEA boxes and start loading up the truck with all the recycling, and there's a big bag of garbage that needs to go. I'll take that away to the dump before I leave. Okay. There you go, Riggs. These rocks are a little slippery. But I've learned, wear your sandals when you're walking through the river or the creek, because those those rocks get a little tricky. They hurt your feet. All right, let's get back. Good morning. Well, I came up, I did what I needed to do, and which, if you look at it, it doesn't feel like a lot, but it was kind of a lot. So I didn't get to set up my closet system because it's a little more complicated than one person can manage. I just don't have the guns for it. Anyways, and yeah, I say goodbye to the house for a little while, and truck's loaded. We're gonna take a load of garbage away and some recycling and whatnot, and then we're headed back to the Lower Mainland. So that's all we wanted to share with you this week. Give us a thumbs up if you like what you see. Don't forget to subscribe and ring that bell for notification. Bye bye for now. So yeah, the highest point is usually end of May, beginning of June, and I think I'm gonna give up on this.